Rob, I forgot that we didn't cover this area, but you got something major that you're working on, and you need to tell us about that.
Right on,
Go
right on.
ahead.
So
Yep.
this will be the first. I don't know when you guys are going to release this podcast, but this will be the first time I'm announcing that I actually just finished writing a book
Wow.
Oh, okay.
on the origins of hip hop. It's called The City of Hip Hop. Big shout to my co-author Rasul Moat from NC State, professor there and DJ as well.
Okay.
He and I wrote this book. I actually started writing it by myself about 14, 15 months ago.
Okay.
And then halfway through, I linked up with Rasul, and he and I finished it. And I'm super proud of it. Never would I have thought when we were talking about Rob Swift as a kid
Yeah.
on 89th Street,
Yeah.
you know,
Sleeping on a cot.
sleeping on cots,
Yeah.
hanging out on rooftops with my friends, breaking on, you know, concrete in parks,
Yeah.
that I would have written a book about those experiences. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I felt it was necessary because as we were talking about the narratives that are going on now in hip hop and how there's a lot of like marginalization, which is ironic because hip hop comes from marginalized people.
Yeah.
And now I feel like there are groups of people that are trying to marginalize. There are groups of historically marginalized people that are trying to use hip hop to marginalize other people now, which
Wow.
makes no sense to me when you think about it, right? And so that just, I don't know, made an impression on me and moved me to want to just write about my experiences. And by no means do I
Is
want
it-
people to think that The City of Hip Hop is the book. Rutledge is the publisher.
Okay.
I'm thinking it might be released in December.
Okay.
Is it autobiographical?
No, it's not autobiographical.
Okay.
I feel like that would be weird of me to write an autobiography. I don't feel like I'm that important. It's more a take on hip hop through the lens of geography,
Yeah.
that grid I was talking about, New York City, economics. People feel like hip hop is this culture that black people invented. And I personally feel it's a culture of oppressed people. And you don't have to be black to be oppressed. I know that growing up on 89th Street. You know what I'm saying? In Jackson Heights. And it's telling the origins of hip hop through the lens of sociology. You know, the fact that different cultures immigrated to New York City for whatever reason, you know, after World War II, through the Vietnam War, through the economic decline of the 1970s in New York City, Puerto Ricans, Caribbeans, Central Americans, people from South America immigrating to the center of the world when you think about it, New York City, and then interacting, and through those interactions, indirectly, this culture evolving. That's what this book is about, The City of Hip Hop. And I'm super proud of it, man. We got cool pictures from the documenters of hip hop from that first era, that first 10 years, that first decade. I'm talking about pictures from people like Martha Cooper, whose pictures were in Henry Chalfant's and Tony Silver's Star Wars.
Yep.
Pictures from Joe Conzo, who we all consider the photographer that took hip hop's baby pictures.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I'm just really proud of the book, man, and hopefully people out there read it. And it's not the typical, oh, Grandmaster Flash started backspinning in this year. And Kool Herc's first party, you know, on 1520 Cedric Avenue in 1973. No, it's going really deep into the how life, economics, geography, politics, sociology, how these things, these aspects of just like everyday culture created the space for hip hop to be.